On tight, buckle in, a lot of pace, a lot of speed between these two teams.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And if you like popcorn, you better be able to eat it with your head up, because this one will be fast and furious.
Well, then you're talking about yourself, because our fans probably don't know this, but you're eating popcorn all the time during these games.
Hey, I love popcorn, and there's nothing like enjoying fresh popcorn in an arena. It doesn't get better than that.
I know it. Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Harden is an elite shooter. Somebody who thrives at overcoming whatever the defense throws at him. He likes that chess match, and he usually comes out on top.
Harris, Embiid trying to break loose. Harris, no good. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
He gets that one.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
And so here is Philadelphia. The Rockets making the shot. Richardson, good.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Here's Westbrook. Then Simmons with the rebound. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and, Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
No good on the shot, a bit long that time. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Richardson, no luck. The Rockets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Houston moving the ball around. To the paint, Embiid with the steal. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Richardson, and again, it's Philadelphia.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And yes, it's good.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
From deep. And so the first quarter is in the books. 76ers lead by 5. And don't go away. We'll be back. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with...
It never occurred to me that I'd be...
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And, guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Just cashing in on second-chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Scott is out there with Robinson. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Thibault in at the 2.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Shot to stop the run, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Here's Milton, defended by Gordon. Embiid, the pass to Milton. 6 on the shot clock, and Embiid throws it down.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
Rivers dishes to Green. Down low, Carroll. And no good. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers leading by 12. Here's Burks. And he banks in the layup. Burks has got 5 now.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMarre Carroll. James Harden, he's checked in for McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford is checked in for Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris comes in for Mike Scott. And Simmons subbed in for Alec Burks. Here's Korkmaz, offline with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Westbrook drives in. Covington kicks to Westbrook. Bounce pass Gordon. At the top of the key, Westbrook. The 3 from Harden. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. He has 7.
Nice to see Harden continue to expand his range. He is an absolute laser from outside.
And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and you gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 13. Harden's shot is good.
You know, a good percentage of Harden's points come from beyond the arc. He works extremely hard to find the space he needs on the perimeter.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Shoots over Covington. That's good from Harris on the assist by Simmons. Harris has got his 2nd bucket of the night. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
And a chance to check out the stats for Richardson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up 9 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Simmons inside. He's covered by Westbrook, and that one's good. Simmons got the lead up to 14 now for Philadelphia. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Westbrook passes to Tucker. Harden inside the 3-point line, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
The pass to Harris. Lets it go from deep. Drains the 3-pointer. Harris has got 7 points in the game.
You know, over time, as his game has evolved, Harris has accepted a bigger, expanded role. Knows he has the green light.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harden with it, picked up by Harris. Covington kicks to Harden, deflects the pass, and here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Covington, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. 76ers on top, leading by 17. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Down low, it's Harris and Horford. Korkmaz is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Robinson in at the 3 spot. Green against Harris. Second chance shot. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Green. Rivers against Simmons. Simmons with the defensive effort.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Harris against Carroll. They get it back. And the dunk by Horford.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Rivers. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Daniel House comes in for Jeff Green. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Scotty's checked in for Robinson. Here's Horford. And that one drops for him. And the 76ers lead by 16. Clark, a lot of young players in this NBA becoming top 10 players as they mature. Who are some of the guys you spot that are really going to make a mark?
Well, they've already made a mark, and you anticipate it'll continue to be that way. Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. I like Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
As well as Jason Tatum there. And clearly Zion Williamson has a chance to be really special.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Philadelphia.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
Most definitely. I mean, going down 2-0 would have made their 3rd and final meeting of the season really difficult to win, but now they'll go into it with confidence and really liking their chances.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Burks the pass to Scott. Here's Milton, covered by Cephalosha. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here is Mbamute, and it's blocked by Scott. Now, here's Burks, guarded by McLemore. Burks with it. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. The coach mentioned he wanted.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.